So we're all preparing to go to fucking skiing. You know, I remember my friend George, Louis, you know, Fabian. You know, it was a mixed crowd. You know, I grew up around here in Humboldt Park.
Yeah.
You know, like we were mixed. You know what I'm saying? Black, white, you know, whatever. Like we didn't. You know, like we were never racist. You know, we were never like, you know, we were. Who cares? You know, who cares what anybody thinks? But I remember going to a school bus. You know what I'm saying? When we went to actually Cal. Actually, a friend of mine's named Cal. Actually, he's like a father figure to me. He took me skiing. I remember going with him, and like he took us, you know, and we were ghetto as hell. We were like the loudest people there. we were like for real. Like I remember meeting these preppy ass kids, and these kids were like they were good. You know, they were good kids. You know, like I remember them seeing us and like, who the fuck invited them? You know, and I remember us getting on the bus. We were the last ones to get on the bus. You know, and like nobody sat in the back. We sat in the back. And I remember having this crazy ass bus driver. This bus driver was fucking crazy. He was just like singing, you know, the wheels on the bus go round, 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 round. You know, I'm just like, what the fuck, you know? And I remember like, okay, you know, my friends were like, we just smoked a blunt. We're about to be rowdy. And I'm looking at them like, come on, y'all, not right now, you know. Cameron invited us, you know, like, let's be good. And I just want to throw a paper airplane. I remember they threw a paper airplane, hit the fucking bus driver. Bus driver's like, who the fuck did that? He's turning around, he's like, I'll run us over, you know? And I'm just like, what the hell? You know, like, I'll take this bitch out the fucking road, you know? Like, he's just like saying some crazy shit. I'm looking at him like, what the fuck, you know? Like, man, I was like, man, y'all, I want to live, man. Don't fuck with this bus driver. You know? And then we get to the fucking skiing place. Like, it was somewhere in Wisconsin. I'm not too sure where it was at. But I remember, like, seeing mountains, you know, and then the little white kids talking, and they saying, these are like preppy kids, you know what I'm saying? They were like, oh, these mountains, they made them, you know, like, this is like not natural snow, like, this is, you know, snow they made, you know? So, like I'm looking at them like, what the fuck, what they mean not natural, you know? Like, it looked like snow to me, you know? But I guess, you know, they had like a beginner's little hill, they had like a medium one, and they had like this one that was like, what the fuck? I ain't never climbed up there, you know. But they had, I don't know if y'all know, like they had these seats, you know, that take you up. Yeah, the ski lifts, you know. I don't know what they were called, you know. And they had the little conductor or whatever, you know, taking people up there. And what I remember is like when we first went in there, like we didn't really pay attention to the mountains. I'm not gonna lie to you, like we didn't pay attention how big they were. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember like us getting, you know, we putting on our boots, you know, and we were like the last persons to fucking, you know, get on, you know, the mountains. But first we got on the beginner's mount, you know, cause like we didn't know how to ski. That's our first time we ever been there, you know. And I remember like putting on these boots, you know, and like. I never knew, like, when you're wearing ski boots, you can't walk with them. It's like walking on, like, high heels, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was the only one, like you know, kind of knew how to walk on them. And they were looking at me like, how the fuck do you know how to walk on them? I was like, all right.
Been wearing some high heels today?
I'm gonna be honest. My brother one time, you know, he was like, I dare you wear mom's high heels, you know, it's you know, and he was like, I dare you. And I dare you walk through the house, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, like I was stumbling, like what the fuck? You know, but like after a couple of minutes, you know, I was, you know, like I got it. I was on it. I was like, man, you know, I know how to walk with these, you know. So like when I put on the boots, you know, like I remember that shit, you know, it just came to my head, like, okay, it's like wearing my mom's high heels. And I was just like walking, you know, and they're like, why are you walking like that? Like, at least I ain't stumbling like y'all, because they kept falling, you know. And I'm looking at them like, do you know that all of us are the only ones that are here? Us five are the only ones that are here, and all the kids that came, they're already up on the mountain. You know, they've been there before, so they already knew what to do. You know, and the thing is, like, when you first start, it's like they got this teacher for you. You know, they take you down this little hill to go in the beginner's mountain, you know, instead of the little small mountain. And I remember, like, you know, when we were all ready, we were like, we're going to stick together. You know, we're going to stick together because we don't know what the fuck we're doing. But what I remember is, like it was like a cabin. And like when you got outside, okay, no, give me a minute. Like, okay, first you had to rent, you know, the shit, you know what I'm saying, but it was all paid for. You know, first you get your boots, you give them your shoes, then you get your skis, you know what I'm saying, but you gotta line up for all that shit, different lines and shit, you know. So, you know, we putting on our shit. Then we get outside, we got our skis, we're like, man, we fucking ready. We ready, we got our skis, we're ready. You know, and I remember like there was this little hill going to the, like, it wasn't even a big ass hill, but it was like a little small, little like, you know, going to the beginner's mountain. But there was like a little lake, like on the side, and then there was like a little orange fence, you know, with the little like it wasn't even a fence. It was like it had plastic shit all over it. You know what I'm saying? And I remember like me throwing myself, and I'm like going towards the lake, and I'm like, what the fuck? You know, and I just threw myself on the ground, and I'm like, this shit is fucking dangerous. I'm like, shit, I don't want to fall in the lake. The guy's like, you know what you gotta do? You just gotta go. He's like, spread your legs like this and control it. Bend your knees. Bend your knees. I was like, that's what I was fucking doing. I was bending my knees, you know? And it's funny because it's like we're all in a straight line, and it's like we're all going towards the little lake. You know, so like that man ended up helping us, you know. We went to the beginner's mountain. He gave us our little training, you know, and I'm like, now I know how to ski. One of my friends was like, man, I'm staying on the little mountain. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I ain't going on that big ass mountain. And then, you know, if they dare me to do something, I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? They were like, man, Jose, I dare you to go on that fucking big ass mountain. I was like, man, I'm gonna fucking do it. I was like, all you gotta do is go on the little, you know, the lift. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go on the lift. And then like, since I went, you know, everybody follows. You know how it is. You know, like you go, everybody else follows. So like we had like this little, I think his name was Jonathan, this little chubby guy, you know, and he went with me too, you know, and it was like 2 people could go on the lifts. But I remember him going with me. I jumped, you gotta like jump up, stand on that shit, and it takes you up. I remember jumping up, sitting down, and I looked to the side, and this motherfucker wasn't with me. You know what I'm saying? And I remember when I got up, my friends met me up there, and they were like, you ain't gonna believe what happened. What happened? Well, Jonathan tried to jump up there with you. You weren't paying attention? Hell no, I wasn't paying. I was trying to fucking not fall. I was like, I wasn't paying attention. All I remember is being high as hell, like, whoa, what the fuck? Hey, we ain't got no seatbelts or nothing. What the fuck? I'm like, shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm holding on, you know? All I remember is, man, I hope he ain't fall. You know, I'm looking down like, I don't see him down there. I don't think he fell. You know, what they told me was, like, when he was trying to jump up, you know, his little fat ass just went poof, and the seat just came boom, and he was on the ground, and they said his skis came off, and he was just like, you know, and the little conductor guy just came and like just slide him over, you know what I'm saying? And he ain't even go up. He ain't